Alejandro. Good, Michelle. So today we're going to be rolling over the overhead squat. To start off with, I'm going to demonstrate the movement and then perform 2 correct reps for you to observe, and then we're going to go over the full performance. Okay? So first of all, just take a look at the movement from the side. Okay, going from the front. Okay. I've demonstrated 2 obvious faults that I don't want you to mimic. First of all, as you noticed while I was going down, Michelle, I did an internally rotated shoulder. That's a performance fault. I don't want you to mimic that. I want you to keep your shoulders externally rotated the entire time. Okay. Secondly, as you noticed, as I was descending in the squat, my lumbar curve was lost. So take a look at that lower back. From here, it's pretty good. And then right about here, I'm losing that lumbar curve. Don't do that. I'm losing that midline stabilization. Okay? So those 2 points of performance, I want you to maintain that externally rotated shoulder, and then keep that lumbar curve maintained. Okay? Before we get started with the bar, let's just go over the first point of performance with keeping the weight on the heels. So we're just going to perform the air squat without the bar. If you could just raise your arms for me. Okay, so from this position, Michelle, imagine that you're stepping on 2 $100 bills behind your heels. Okay, so you're stepping on the bills, and as you're squatting down, descending into that squat, imagine I'm trying to pull on the $100 bill. You go down, and then you're going to stay in the bottom position. When I say up, come right back up. Okay? Ready? And go. Stay right there. And Michelle, if you can push your knees out for, there we go, good. If you can keep the chest up a little bit higher, good. And rock back on the heels. Good, good, that's it. And stand back up. Okay, ready, and down. Let's do it one more time. Good, wiggle those toes for me, stay on the heels. And come back up. Good, one more time, Michelle, stay on the heels, and down. And up, good. Just to challenge you a little bit, I'm going to place this band behind. So if you can lift up your heels for me, Michelle. There we go. Step on it. Good. And step on it for me. Good. So this time, just to give you a tactile cue, the entire time as you're descending in that squat, I'm going to be pulling on the band. Don't let me pull the band away from you. Okay, I'm going to exert a little bit of pressure right now just to give you a feel. Okay, so squat 3 more times for me, and don't let me pull the band away from you. Okay, ready? And down. Good. Knees out for me a little bit. Knees out. There we go. Push my hand. There we go. Good. And up. That's it. Let's do it one more time. And down. And push the knees out. Good. And one more time. And down. Good. Nice, Michelle. Good. Relax. Okay. Second thing we're going to look at is backing out at the same time. You did a pretty good job there. When you're hitting about this portion of the squat, Michelle, you walk forward just a little bit. So I want to see the hips backing down the entire time, as opposed to going down, initiating the movement with the hips, and then reaching right about here. There was a slight walking forward motion. Try to keep that forward motion away. And we assume that squatting position again. Imagine my hand as a wall that's on fire, so don't touch my hand with your knees. Push the knees out, sit the hips back. Okay, ready? And squat. Good, Michelle. Good. And up. Let's do it 2 more times. And down. Back. Good, good. Don't touch my hand. Don't touch my hand. Good. And up. 1 more time. And back down. Nice. Good. Okay. So the next thing we're going to focus on is that midline stabilization, keeping the midline rigid and keeping the neutral spine. So this time, imagine that I'm punching you in the stomach, and we're having to keep the stomach nice and tight the whole time. So imagine right now, I'm pressing in on your stomach. I want you to use that abdominal pressure and press out against you. Okay, so when you press in, I want you to use that pressure to press out against you. There we go, that's it. So keep that pressure the whole time, okay? Ready? And if you can raise your arms free. And ready, and go down. Keep the pressure in the abdomen. And if you can lift up the the chest a little bit higher for me. Good, nice. And up. And 2 more times. And ready, and down. That's it, that's it. Good, and up. One last time. And down. Good, and relax. Michelle, you did a really good job of keeping that midline stable. So as you were doing that, one thing that occurred was the previous fault became a little bit tight. So you're keeping this part good, and then as you're going down, you started rocking forward a little bit, just like before. So let's keep that rocking forward movement out of the downward portion. Ready? We're gonna do 3 more times, Michelle. Ready? And down. Good, nice. Chest up a little bit. Nice, good. And up. 2 more times. And down. And wiggle those toes for that posterior chain engagement. Good. Push those knees out. Push my hand, push my hand, push my hand. Good. And up. And send the hips down. That proper line of action. Good, good, good. And close up. Close up. Good. And up. And down, Michelle. Keeping the midline stable. Keep the arms up. Good, neutral spine. And one more time. One last one. You're hitting every single one of the squat in the proper depth. So we're just gonna do one last one. And this time, just focusing on keeping your hips as you're squatting down. Get the hips below parallel, which you were already doing. But let's make it a little bit more obvious. Hips below the knees. One more time, okay? Yeah, you're already doing that. You're already doing that. So this one last squat, just make it a little bit more obvious. So watch my hips as it's going back down. It's gonna be, I'm gonna place a PVC pipe here and make sure that you hit below parallel. Okay, ready? Ready? And go. Nice, Michelle. Good, and up, relax. Great job. Okay, just to make sure we have a really upright torso, Michelle, we're gonna do 5 more squats with the plate here. And this time as you're squatting down, I want you to really think about focusing on keeping that torso as upright as possible. You're already doing a really good job, but it was leaning forward just a tad bit. I wanna make sure that it's as upright as possible, okay? So as you're going down, with this plate, go down and press up. What this plate is gonna do is gonna pull you forward. What I want you to think about is you're gonna have to lean back further to keep that torso upright, okay? 5 more times. What's that?
A little bit heavy.
We're only gonna do it 5 times.
Okay.
5 times. You got it. Ready? And go. Press out, press out, press out. Nice, Michelle. Good. And up. Good. 4 more times. You got this. And down. Now that torso is looking much more upright. Good, good. Much better. With the ankle. And 3 more times. And can you press the knees up? That's it. And up. Reach out. And 2 more times. Ready? And down. Nice. Good. 1 more time. Reach out. 1 more time. Ready? And down. Okay, and stay right there. Stay. Let go of the plate. Let go. Good. Maintain that torso angle. Good. Relax. Relax. Awesome. So when you're holding that one overhead, I want you to think about keeping the torso as upright, as rigid as possible. Okay, just like you're holding onto the plate. Because any forward lean is going to cause the weight, your shoulder to be going back too far, and it's going to cause an unstable overhead position. Okay, keep that torso upright. All right. So we're going to talk about the grip distance. If you can just lift up one leg for me, place it at the hip crease, and straighten your arms. We're going to use that as our basic grip today. Ready? Just straighten out your arms. And if you press that bar overhead. Now we have 2 new elements added to the overhead squat. One is the active shoulder. What that means is, even though it's a PVC pipe, I want you to think about pressing up on it the entire time, Michelle. Another thing, I want to see your elbows facing up. That's the opposite. That's it. Facing downward, and your armpits facing forward. Okay? Can we do 3 squats with that active shoulder? There we go. So as you're going down, Michelle, what's going to happen? Remember what happened to my shoulder? This is a I was going down, look at what happens to my shoulder. So that's a bad position. Don't do that. Rotate it forward. So let's do 3. Let's bring the bar a little bit forward. Overhead. Right there. Good. Ready? And down. Nice, Michelle. Stay right there. And Michelle, if you can exhale, rotate. There we go. Good. And press up. Nice. And up. Let's do 2 more. And down. Okay. Michelle, if you can externally rotate the elbows for me. There we go. Good. That position. Maintain that position. And press up. Good. And up. One more time. And down. Good. Michelle, can you wiggle the toes for me? Just sit. There we go. Sit back a little bit more and up. Awesome. We're going to do 3 more. And this time, I'm going to be observing you from the side to make sure that bar travels in a straight line. You did a really good job the last 3. So let's just, I'm going to ignore the active shoulders for now and just make sure your bar stays in a straight line. Okay? Keeping in line with the rubber band I have here. Okay? Ready? And go. Nice, Michelle. Good. Up. Dude, that's perfect. And down. Great job, Michelle. And up. One more time. And down. Awesome. Great job, Michelle. And up. Relax. Okay. One last thing we're going to do. We're going to do 5 more overhead squat. And this time, as you perform each one, we're going to go over the points of performance that we stated before. Okay? So on the first overhead squat, just remember keeping the pressure on the heels. Wiggle the heels for me. Okay? Ready? And if you can grab the bar. Last 5. Last 5. So each one, let's go over a single point of performance. Ready? And wiggle the toes. Ready? And go. Down. Nice, Michelle. Good. And up. Second point of performance. Push the knees out. Keep the knees in track with the toes. Okay? Ready? And down. Tracking over the toes. Especially this left knee, Michelle. That's it. Push out from it. Okay? Ready? And up. Good. Third thing, line of action. Send the hips back and down at the same time. Okay? So don't touch my hand with the knees. Ready? And down. Good. Now wiggle those toes for me a little bit. Good. That's for proper posterior chain engagement. And up. And Michelle, 2 more times. This time, thinking about poking you in the stomach. Don't let me poke you. Pressure. Up. Okay. Ready? And down. Keep the midline stable so that neutral spine. Good. And up. One last one, Michelle. Let's check the line of action, the bar path again. Okay, ready? And down. Pull the bar back a little bit. There we go. Active shoulders. Switch. There we go. Rotate the elbows and press up against me. And up. Great job. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you. 谢谢，很姐，谢谢，很姐。